Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing on this Eufy wall light cam that has no monthly fees. And they've caught us! Go! So this is the latest offering from Eufy. This is a wall light security camera. You got a camera here and then two lights that are adjustable and everything. We're going to go into all those details here, but let's go ahead and start with the unboxing. All right, starting at the top here. All right. Okay. And there it is. So we can see we have a camera here. It looks like it's kind of pointed down. Yeah, so you got the logo down here. It orients like this. You got our logo here, camera here. This is probably our sensor array to be able to tell when there's motion and whatnot, as well as our other light here. Let's go ahead and pop this guy out here. You can see we have our wall mount here. So this is essentially meant to replace your own home, the lights on the outside of your house. What do they call those? The best I could find on Google is that they call it a sconce. I don't know. It's a wall-mounted light on your front porch, essentially. So this will replace those lights on the outside of your home. And this guy, you can see here, spins all the way around. And you can also see this whole thing rotates a little bit depending on where you need to point your camera. But both of these will rotate around to point the light if you want it to face towards the home, or if you want it to face out towards the street, whatever else it might be pointing at. So we have our simple design. This is kind of a modern look, so if your home is not modern, this will definitely stand out. However, it does it for newer homes, things like that. This is a very modern style, and these things will spin all the way 360 degrees. All right, let's see what else is in our packaging here. We have our mounting screws, things like that, a USB cable. Unfortunately, for some reason, Eufy is not using USB-C yet. I'd love to see them upgrade their stuff to start, like, these are brand new devices, and they're still making it with micro USB. I don't know why they're not using USB-C. We also have some little black screws. I'm not sure exactly what these will be for, but I'm sure we will find out eventually. We also have our mounting plate. This is what will mount to the wall of your home. We even have an up and a down to help you with your orientation to make sure you're putting this on correctly. They try to make it pretty simple. And then lastly, we have some instructions in our quick start guide. Is it a fold out or a book? Oh, I love when it's a fold out with lots of pictures. Makes that real easy for us. On the back of our light here, you can see we have a little flap, a pretty solid weather seal with our charger there, as well as a little hole for a reset if you have like a SIM card tool. I think our doorbell came with a little button presser to release the doorbell from the mount. That will be able to push that button as well if we ever need to reset this. We have our plugs here that will automatically plug into here. Makes it real easy to install this guy. I think this will have an overall very seamless design. You're not going to see giant screws or knobs. The only screws I believe will probably be these little guys now that I think about it. These little guys will come in here to the side to screw into our mount there. When you slide that in, you can see that lines up. Oh boy. Hi, it's been a minute. So that is the complete unboxing. If you want to see the next part, which is the app tutorial, I'll link it up here in the corner. I think it's here? Right here. There'll be a link up here, as well as down in the description of the video, there'll be a link to this video, or the app tutorial that goes through the installation process, as well as there's an installation video, as well as a full-length video that covers everything you should need to know about this camera. From here, I'm just gonna give you a quick review, but that is it for the unboxing. I am gonna talk about the things that I wish it had and the things that I really love about it. So let's go ahead and start with the things I wish it had that it doesn't. Number one is better user interface for computers. So you can actually view the cameras from your computer, but you can only get, I think it's like a 12, maybe 24 hour code. So you have to get a code every time you want to get on your computer and watch. and then that will expire, and then you have to get another renewal code from the app to be able to constantly stream. But you can't like interact with the cameras. Like this wall light camera, I can't go in and adjust the activity zones, and it would be a lot easier to adjust the activity zones from a computer than it is in the app, just because of like fat fingers and things like that. It's not super easy, but it does work. Next is expandable memory. I really wish it had built-in expandable memory. Like I could just throw a micro SD card in there and it would expand the memory to, you know, 512 gigs or whatever. And right now, this one is only compatible with the Homebase 3. I have, I think, the Homebase 1, which means I can't even expand the memory on it now with my Homebase that I have. I have to buy the upgraded Homebase to expand the memory. Not to totally negate the 4 gigabytes of memory. That 4 gigabytes of memory, it does compress it, and it does hold up to, I think it's 2.5 weeks is what I've been averaging on that camera. It holds 2.5 weeks of video on that 4 gigabyte section, so that is just fine for me, honestly. Without like making a video for it, I probably wouldn't update it, especially if I was just a regular user. Next one is USB-C. I wish that it used USB-C instead of micro USB for charging. Granted, it is hardwired, so you'll only use it when you're setting it up, but it would be nice to see like a modern thing on these brand new, super modern looking cameras. It would be nice to have, you know, modern connections. I talked about activity zones in the user interface for the PC would be nice. It would also be nice to have like an exclusion zone or an ignore zone. I know that my doorbell has that, but my other cameras don't offer that. It'd be nice to have that. And now on to my favorite parts. The greatest parts about this, number one, the thing I want to lead into every single time on these cameras, whatever it is, Eufy, no monthly fees. You buy this camera, you own it. You don't have to pay extra. It notifies you on your phone. You can view it on the app from anywhere. I've been on the other side of the country and watched live my own backyard, been able to talk to my dogs when we had a house sitter, things like that. These cameras do work anywhere you have internet connection. The next thing I want to talk about is the night vision on this. The night vision is fantastic, like completely impressive, especially with as small of a lens as it has. How well it reproduces images, colors, things like that is just blows me away. This camera right here that we're using, I recorded it on the full-length video. You can kind of see that like I am completely black when recorded with this camera, but on my security camera, it can see just fine. One, because it uses IR, infrared light. So if all of the lights are out, it puts out an infrared light and it can see really decent detail in like a black and white picture. And then also if there's just a little bit of light, like we have our light turned all the way down in brightness, and this camera can't pick it up, but that camera was like, oh yeah, that's definitely me that you're looking at. Like super impressive low light production. I know I touched on like I wish there was more memory, but I also really like that like even though it's only 4 gigabytes of memory, 2.5 weeks of memory on 4 gigabytes. Like that's really good, impressive, especially for being a 2K camera. It's saving 2K data being compressed into 4 gigabytes, and it's accessible, like it saves up to like 2.5 weeks is what I'm getting. The next thing I really like about it is like the install process and like the user interface on the app and things like that. It's super user friendly, super easy. Honestly, I could probably do most of it, if not all of it, without like paper instructions or honestly instructions in the app. Like it does walk you through almost everything in the app, so that does make it easy on the install, but like after you have it installed, like you can just jump in and do it. My wife didn't go through any tutorials. She just like installed it and is like, okay, good, we're good. I got this. Like it's that easy. And the last thing I want to touch on is the notifications. They are really quick. I timed it in the very first video. It's about 6 seconds notification time. Me getting out of my car and walking up to the door from like when it sees me to when it sends the notification was about 6 seconds. And granted, that time does vary depending on like your internet connection, so it'll take longer if you have a poor connection, things like that. But like that's pretty dang quick for like your own home. If somebody's breaking in, they're not gonna be in and out in less than 6 seconds. So you'll be able to be on it and be able to take care of whatever you need, hopefully. Those are my favorite things and the things that I wish for. This Eufy security camera is available on Amazon as well as at Eufy's website. I'll have links down in the description below for those. If you think I've earned it, please consider subscribing, hit that thumbs up, and if you have any questions, leave those in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to answer all of those. Again, links down in the description for everything. I am an Amazon affiliate, so using those links do help to support this channel with no additional cost to you. So click those links, do your Amazon shopping from there, and you guys have a great day. Thank you again for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.